here at World of Concrete, booth 3272 in the North Hall. We are a supplier of GPS tracking and telematics products for the construction industry for the last 22 years. One of the things we're highlighting at this show is our battery-powered tracking. 6 years ago, we introduced our AssetView series, which is something our customers were asking for, a simple to install, easy to use, unwired tracking solution. So we introduced our mid model about 6 years ago, followed up shortly by our max model. And then after that, we released our mini model. So the way these work is they have absolutely no wiring, as you can see. They're battery powered using batteries off the shelf. So 3 AAAs, 3 AAs, 2D batteries. You can get them anywhere. Go to the grocery store, hardware store, you get a notification, the battery's low, 7-Eleven, you pop in new batteries, you're off and running. What makes these unique is the way that they manage the battery power. So the difference between the three is the obvious size, the batteries that go in them, but also how long the batteries last. And the way we manage that is a lot of what you see in today's world to manage batteries. A device will check in once, twice a day, go back to sleep. But if something's stolen with the device hidden on it, it only checks in once a day. It could be out of the country by the time you actually get that next alert. So what we do is if the device is not moving, it checks in every 12 hours. It goes back to sleep. If it moves, if it's towed, if it's stolen, it wakes itself up with an accelerometer inside of it. It starts updating every 15 minutes. So you get a much more real-time view of what it's doing. Once it stops, it updates its location, goes into that sleep mode again. The customer also has the ability from the software or the mobile app to go in and change this to recovery mode, which updates every 30 seconds. So not only will the device dynamically move its reporting interval up and down, the customer has the ability to crank it up if they need to chase it down, call the police, track it, whatever you need to do. All right, so this has been our mini, mid, max model for the last 5 to 6 years as they've come out in series, and we're excited to introduce our newest, which is the Stealth, AssetView Stealth. This is coming up in March. So the Stealth, as you can see, is more sleek, more stealthy. One of the biggest introductions is even compared to our smallest model, it is thinner. So customers have always said, sometimes they don't always have as much space sideways, but they have more length when they're hiding it on the machines. This accommodates that. Another major enhancement here is we had 3 AAAs in the mini, 3 AAs in the mid. This one only uses 2 AAs, which is less than the mid, yet getting you more battery life than the mini. So if you were to look at the battery life on the adaptive tracking I mentioned earlier, you're getting about 1.5 years of battery life out of your mini, a little over 3 on the mid, up to 6 on the max. The Stealth is going to clock in somewhere just below the mid, so about 2.5 years. So you've got a different form factor, less batteries, and still a good amount of battery life. The other thing that we've introduced here, which was only on the max model previously, is there's this little recess in the bottom of the device, and that's for magnetic tamper detection. So when the device is put on, you put the magnet on first, you install the device over it. If someone pulls the device off or it just falls off through normal wear and tear, once it gets a couple inches away, the device senses the distance, sends out an alert through text and email to as many people that need to know. It's no longer in its place. So if someone steals it, you know that it's been compromised, but you know exactly where it is when it happened, Or if it just comes off through routine use, you know it needs to go back in. So next for us, like any technology, smaller, faster, more affordable. The original products that you see here used to be red box size, so we're anticipating getting things smaller and smaller.